So now let's talk tight end in New York. We got Kyle Rudolph here,
Yeah.
starting for the injured Evan Engram. He had 5 targets last week and had a massive 2 receptions for 4 yards. Uh, but the thing that stands out to me is, can you plug and play him this week? He had 5 targets with Evan Engram involved in the offense. Could see more and probably should see more considering the defense he's playing against. So I don't know. I think that he's an interesting guy if you're very, very weak in the tight end position. That Kyle Rudolph might be a guy you could grab off the waivers this week and throw him in there, and he might be able to get you a touchdown and 10 fantasy points.
Kyle Rudolph has always been that guy on the Vikings. It's a wash. Maybe he'll get you 10 points or maybe he'll get you 2. I love the dude. He showed success in the NFL. That being said, I don't think he's going to make a splash. Too many mouths to feed on that offense. Now, like Stone said, he can go out there and get a touchdown. He can get 3 catches or 30 yards, whatever it's going to be. If you're in desperation mode for tight end and it's just like a coin flip, it's like, oh, who am I going to grab off the waiver wire? Take a chance on him. But other than that, I'm staying away from him.
You don't have any tight ends? You need a waiver wire guy? You want to watch the Thursday night football game for a reason? Go ahead and grab him and throw him in there.
Yeah. Come on, Kyle Rudolph.
All right, so speak to your point a little bit, Mason, where you just talked about him having success over in Minnesota for a number of years as their number one tight end. There's also a reason that they cut him in the offseason. He's not that good anymore. He's, to me, a lot more of a blocking tight end than he's going to go out there and be able to get downfield, make those catches over the middle. And he grabbed 3-4 catches in the game. Yeah, I think so. But also at the same time, I'm one of those people that's in desperation mode for tight ends.
Yeah, because you don't draft any. You don't listen to my
two-quarterback,
draft
2 tight end league. I have rostered right now Jawan Johnson,
of course you
Dan
do.
Arnold, O.J. Howard, a bunch of nobodies.
You should listen to me, bud. You should listen to me.
I'm still not going
Take
to
your
go
tight end
after.
seriously.
I took
I know
Noah
you're not.
Fant.
That's why you're going
I
to
don't
lose.
think
It's
he's
okay.
going to do anything.
I took Noah Fant like the 13th in that draft. That seems like it might be a huge steal.
Yeah,
You know what
Noah
I was
Fant
doing in the
can be
13th
solid.
round?
Come
I was drafting Buda Baker and my defensive players.
I wasn't worrying about
Took
that.
Yeah, buddy.
Roquan and Devin White, I think, in like round 7 and 8, back to
Paul's
back.
just totally against drafting tight ends. I'm not.
I mean, I'm
Like,
not,
if
but
you guys listen to me, tight
if-
ends in this day and age of fantasy football, tight ends are going to help win you championships. So if you're not going to draft the guy
I agree-
early, you
I
better
agree with
draft
that
somebody
point.
like Noah Fant.
I agree to that point. But if you miss out on Travis Kelce, Darren Waller, or George Kittle, I think a lot of the tight ends is kind of a wash at that point. I'm not saying all of them are. They're all going to produce. They're going to put up numbers. But to me, it's you can find somebody in the 12th round, a Tyler Higbee. You can find maybe a Gerald Everett who's going to be
Then
more
you
of a
should've
touchdown
drafted
vulture
Tyler
than a
Higbee.
reception vulture.
But you didn't.
But I mean, you're going to find those tight ends in and out. Noah Fant in the 9th, between the 9th and the 11th round. To me, it's just sometimes look at a certain player like Jamal Williams. Be like, hey, I think Jamal Williams is better. I think I'll forego a tight end and I'll have a flex player that I can put in every week. Because I know if I don't have one of the top 3 tight ends, I have a chance of being outscored every single week with whatever tight end I have. So it's not to say I don't.
Listen, I got Jamal Williams in almost all my leagues, and I still have good tight ends. So
Again, but I'm not
take it.
saying. What I'm saying is, I find other players that I'd rather have over tight ends.
I know how you play
Because
fantasy
if
football.
I don't have one of the top ones, then I'm not gonna go spend
All right, I'm
8th
just
round
giving you
pick on a
shit.
Noah Fant or somebody else.
Back on
So,
track.
Let's put things short. What Paul was trying to say to everybody was he doesn't draft tight ends, so he's starting Kyle Rudolph this week.
No, I just said I'm not starting him. I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole at this point.
All right,
That's-
let's move on.
You know how bad my tight ends are. O.J. Howard
know.
started for me last week. 0 targets, 0 catches, 0.0 fantasy points.
Hey, all I'm saying is Kyle Rudolph had 2 catches for 4 yards. Should have started him.
Hey
bro.
guys,